Time up for the Fulani Janjaweeds, the Fulani bandits, the Fulani terrorists, wherever they are in the southwest, from the middle belt, it is time up. Tinubu's administration has emboldened the southerners and the middle belters. You have it on my screen over there. The southern youths now are all harming themselves in preparation to protect themselves against any possibility of Fulani bandits incursion in their locality. As it stands today, the Nigerian police force are trying to tell the Nigerian youths, most especially the middle belters, that you do not have the right to buy guns. Now, the last time they checked, there's a temporary ban on issuance of license for citizens to own a gun. Is it now, if the police themselves are not enemies of the Nigerian people, if the police themselves are not part of these bandits, is it now that we are facing serious existential threats in the country, most especially in the middle belt and in some places of upper southwest like Kogi, Kwara and all that? Is it now they will say that there's a temporary, but the southern youths and the middle beltern youths have told them, na mental, na the mental. So you want my own story to carry the front page of Nigerian newspaper that, oh, they have arrested so person, oh, we are now on their, no. This is what the southern youths are saying. The southern youths are saying that our story will no longer cover the front page of newspaper. What we'll be hearing is a Fulani elder tried to arrest, kidnap, and he was shot at it. That is what and this is the way we have to begin to live. Yes, Nigeria is not the first place where some people will rise up and think that they are superior to every other tribe out there, okay, because they have some level of access to own weapons. Yes, because their political leaders are the one arming them. But today, the southwestern people, the middle beltern youth, have all decided we will own our guns. And this is what we have going on. Because the Nigerian army came. The Nigerian army cried out that we recruited 10,000 youths. We recruited 10,000 youth last year. We don't know where any one of them are. I go carry my body, go join Nigerian army so that they go use me to do sacrifice. I will carry my own able body and join Nigerian army that has been largely reported to be compromised. Not by me. There are reports everywhere saying that the Nigerian army is compromised here and there. That every news that gets to the hands of the Nigerian army, they compromise it. Take a look at the attack of Kebbi. Take a look at the attack of Kebbi. Those officers left that school 40 minutes before the attack. Prior to the attack, there was a report that these people are hovering around. They are setting up their formations. They are already gathered in a nearby desert. About a week. And the very day they were supposed to strike, just 40 minutes shortly they left, the bandits struck in that school, packed nothing less than 35 girls. And then the Nigerian army, me I should go and join. Abi? No. The Nigerian people will no longer be a victim. This is what they are saying. The middle beltern youths are saying that we are tired of being a victim. Let us now be the oppressor. We want to be the aggressor. We want to be the perpetrator. Because if some people, some Fulani elders for over 20 years can continue to suppress, to intimidate, to put fear into people's mind in this nation, the Nigerian government cannot see a need to ban open grazing They cannot see a need to ban illegal occupation of forest. The Nigerian government cannot do it. Buhari got there, we thought, okay, maybe Buhari is their father. If I'm able to talk to them, in fact, it became worse. Jonathan was there. Everybody said Jonathan was a weak man. Tinubu is there today. Tinubu has the perfect opportunity. Use the United States as a perfect, world power ally and decimate these people. Tinubu is dilly-dallying. Second guessing is not sure. Will these people not do this? Will these people not do this? Tinubu use the American firepower to wipe all these people out, wipe them out. If they will not vote for you, we will support you, but we will scatter everything. Let us scatter everything. Yes. I mean, how can we have a country whereby the leaders of the society where the evil is happening are always quiet? It has to take the Christians, it has to take the Southerners to get engaged in this issue of banditry for it to have this global attention. It was a Southerner that took this issue to Washington, D.C. It wasn't a Northerner. A Southerner was the one that took this case. They took it to Washington, D.C. Christians are being killed in their numbers in Southeast, in Middlebelt, in some parts of Southwest. Help us. They are depopulating us. They are wiping us out. The government is silent. Everything is against us. Now they say no. No be only una sabi break law. I'm not encouraging anarchy, but in a country that is lawless, being lawful becomes a sin. There is nothing stopping the Nigerian government, unless of course they want to tell me that the Fulani elders are high and above this Nigerian constitution. There is nothing telling them that Fulani elders stop grazing. We say it on a federal, let it be a federal delegation. A federal declaration, no open grazing for maybe 2 years, for maybe 3 years. After that time, we will have found a solution. Go to graze within your state, graze, let your governors, but they will not do it. The Nigerian government, Tinubu, is scared. This is why the youth are saying that no, there won't be any predicament. I don't even want to imagine it. That you tell me that you carry cow into my farm, and then you tell me there's absolutely nothing I can do because you're eating my crops. You are gone. You are gone. This is what we have. This is what must be obtainable, because if you say you want to be mad, then let all of us be mad at the same time. Now, let all of us be mad at the same time. Yes. Nobody, no country, no people should be treated the way we have been treated in Nigeria. Nobody. Absolutely nobody. Okay? And this is why I call on Tinubu, make sure you partner with Trump. The northern leaders, you can see the likes of Shegumi, the Arewa, they are all coming out of their shell. They are all saying that the issue of terrorism is not religious. It has to do with economics. Oh, when the terrorism was not exposed, okay, I'm referring to Arewa. When this economic sabotage or whatever was not exposed, what were they saying? The Islamic clerics were saying that everything that happens to you is the will of God. That it is the will of God, you be poor, you be rich. Yes. There, inside of the Islamic clerics, to all the governors responsible, the governors will be giving the Islamic clerics money, funding them, financing their luxurious and expensive lives, in the expense of the citizens and individuals of that community, especially in the north. And more often than not, they become destitute. They become easy targets to be recruited into banditry, into Fulani herdsmen, into this Islamic Jihadist agenda. Now you're telling us it's not a religious issue, that it's an economic issue. What is that tool that makes them so vulnerable? Is it not religion? They'll tell them, go and bomb these people. If you die, you go to heaven. Please, what's that? You call that economics? Every effort by the North to reduce our effort, reduce our voice in this scream for help, in this call for help, will fail. I repeat, every effort of the North to reduce our effort, wherein we are seeking for international help, to reduce this injustice, will fail. Absolutely. Because we will not continue to be deceived. If the elders can own a gun, yes, let us own it. If the elders, which we know they are Nigerians, not one elder, not 1,000 elders, not 5,000 elders, there are tens, thousands. They own guns, they own AK-47, and they are working free. A governor said that they deserve to own guns because they move around with cows, and these cows worth millions. Then I dare say that the Nigerian people, whether legal or illegal, must make sure they keep themselves alive. They must not die. No. You cannot tell me that, oh, I should remain a patriotic Nigeria. Why did I am looking at my killer. He's bringing the gun towards me. He's pointing it towards me. You're telling me, no, don't protect yourself. Just wait. Wait. No. Like I said, the Nigerian youths are vowed, especially the southern youths and Middlebelt youths, are vowed that their story will no longer be at the front of the front page that they have been kidnapped. That will never be their story again. The table will turn. And indeed, that is what must happen. Because where Nigeria is, we are getting to that point where it is finally over for these people. And this is why I cry, I shout, it is over, because I am glad that the youth of the Southwest, the youth of the Middlebelt are awakened. Yes. We cannot surrender our lives to the Nigerian army, to Nigerian police, and it always appears they are sabotaging us. More or less like they are using our blood in exchange for what we don't understand. Those kids that were abducted, 35 of them, today makes it the 3rd day or 4th day they have been abducted. Another school children have been adopted from Saint Lucia, a Catholic Christian school in Niger. Over 200. Those ones, they'll be raped, forcefully slept with. They might not come back in complete body parts. And you're telling us that we should just sit down and be looking like mumu? I said Nigeria is not the first country that will face this horror. America, there was a time America was in that wild west era. When the people started protecting themselves, when it got to that point that the government saw a need that people said we could also accept this reality, they brought in the Second Amendment. That's the truth. If these people know that I might go to this place now, and there are people that have gone, not just gone, they have AK. They will maintain themselves now. They'll maintain themselves. As simple as that. If you're just joining, please kindly like, subscribe, and share. Bye for now. Thank you for joining me. Today we are discussing a very important issue, because Sanwo-Olu has led the Southwest governors to Bola Ahmed Tinubu. Yesterday, Sanwo-Olu and his cohorts, they were in the National Assembly saying that regional police must be effected without any delay, because these Fulani Janjaweed terrorists are moving aggressively into the south. Today we have it that Kogi, we have it that Ilorin, we have it that Niger. Nothing less than 260 Christian students have been kidnapped across board, and what we have is a repeat of that same playbook they did for Jonathan in 2014. Sanwo-Olu will not open his eyes and watch his principal, Bola Ahmed Tinubu, go down without a fight. I mean, for Nigeria to actually be secure, this is beyond whether Tinubu wants to be the president by 2027, whether Sanwo-Olu wants to fight for his oga at the top. It's beyond that. The Southwest are making the moves. I think the Southeast and the South-South should not be silent. I have never seen the South-South people at one point in time come out to say, we need regional police, because they have not felt threatened. Yes. Okay? But putting the South-South people aside, Nigeria needs all the structural realignment and rearrangement for us to survive. Because the agenda is very clear, particularly in 2014. I'm going to show you a video where an Oyo House of Rep member challenged the Northern reps. He told them, listen, you cannot bring a bill that offers to practice Sharia in Nigeria. No. Because according to Section 10, 99 Constitution, it is clearly stated that Nigeria at any point in time will not adopt a state religion. No state will be, but today we know that that is a lie. About 12 northern states are already Sharia governed. All right? Are Sharia governed. And those states that I'm talking about are where you have it that this so-called terrors emanated from. Most of them came out from Borno. Borno happened to one of the states that were part of the early states that adopted Sharia. So Sokoto, that is the headquarters of Sharia. That is where you have the seat of caliphate. That is where you have the Sultan. This is where, those are the states that the Sultan will not come out and tell you that, no, according to the Section 10 in the 99 Constitution, people should not adopt Sharia. Let us practice Sharia according to our what? Religion in our closet. He wouldn't. He simply wants Sharia to be propagated across Nigeria. These are the goals, these are the aims of the Sultan of Sokoto. Nobody can tell me anything otherwise. Because if it is not his agenda, his wish, his prayers for Nigeria to be Sharianized, the Sultan will not be writing letters of warning to Southern governors that nobody has a right to tell any Muslim that they cannot practice Sharia or they cannot establish Sharia panels. His agenda is clear and everybody knows that. And we know what comes with Sharia. It comes with political Islam. And what political Islam typically does is you will not be able to drink alcohol anymore, just as we have in the north. You will not be able to rear pigs. You will not be able to eat pork. These things comes with political Sharia. They will start telling you these are haram, these are halal, these are the sort of businesses you should do. This is where you dress. This is where Nigeria wants to go. And the fight must start in Southwest aggressively, because this one that we have in Kwara, it don't be nearby you. As a matter of fact, yesterday in Ijebu-Ode, a community was unraveled to be a Fulani community. Okay? This was released online by one very young guy called Machito, a man who works in the United States of America, an evil guy, but he works with intelligence. He has been releasing so many very sensitive information in the time. Currently, he releases info, but you know now, as our people are, there's one guy called Jack. He immediately reported the situation to the police in Ajabo, Ogun State. Ajabo is just close to Ijebu-Ode. Now, the police said they went there, that when they got to that community, a community inside the bush, inside the bush, where they found about 25 huts, they found only women and children. They said there was no men there. And the police said